you doing, guys? It is the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. Find tickets to Commanders games and more at SeatGeek. Fred Smooth, Michael James, my man, how you doing?
We're going to get loud, even though it's loud around us because it's media day. All right?
It's crazy out here.
You know what? Some of the sets that they've built inside of this building are unbelievable. When I say cut no expense, they are really putting it out here. It's one of the bigger media days that I've been a part of.
Isn't it a beautiful thing? All the changes they've made out here. I mean, I know, we've been out here for a while now, and they've been working on changes to this whole facility for months now.
For nonstop.
Yeah.
For nonstop. Like, you got to realize how chaotic it is in this building. We got more than 90 football players in this building. We got everybody at every part of the media in this building. We got construction companies walking past each other, working on every part of this campus. It's unbelievable. I can't say enough about the new ownership. They are, like I said, they are cutting no expense when it comes to upgrading everything about the Washington experience.
It's awesome. We're going to talk to Will Harris coming up later in the show.
You know, fellow Mississippian, you know what I'm saying? Hate to brag. He didn't go to Texas, but I hate to brag.
You mean the Women's College World Series champion Texas Longhorns?
You know what? On that note,
give me one time.
All right, y'all did win. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Texas, you know what? NIL, y'all was built for the NIL generation.
You know, it just makes the rich richer. And not just Texas, all the big name schools, it makes the rich richer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just one of them things where now you get to kind of put your muscle out there and kind of screw.
Yeah.
I understand.
Let me ask you this. Yep. What was Media Day like for you? I feel like someone who thrives in the spot, because I walked in, I'm like, oh, there's Zach Ertz walking around in full pads, and now he hit me. Oh, yeah. Everybody's getting their pictures taken today, everything. Did you enjoy this, or was it kind of a grind?
Most of the guys did. Santana hated Media Day.
I can see that.
Ready to get in and get out. London ready to get in and get me. I'm just as giggly. Like, it's like opening day to me, because it's a surreal feeling, because I remember my rookie year, Jinx, and we had to do Media Day. Of course, I know nothing about it.
Right.
And to me, especially for these young rookies, this is the first day it really, really hits you, besides seeing your locker the first time.
Yeah.
This is when it hits you that, oh, man, I'm a part of something great.
Yeah.
Because now I have to do the poses, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. It feels different. It feels like, hey, I'm a part of this team. I'm a part of this organization, man. So I enjoyed it all. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we were getting passports made.
Yeah.
You ready to go to Madrid?
And listen, it's not an inch of this campus not being used right
crazy.
now. Like, that's what I'm saying, Jinx. It's not an inch of this yard not being used right now.
And you were saying earlier, I think Logan does not like getting his picture taken.
Logan hates getting his picture taken. London should hate getting his taken. And Santana runs away from a camera.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Like, Tana doesn't want any of that nonsense, you know? But it's really exciting because, I mean, just seeing a guy in a uniform, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, we're here. I mean,
football season is here.
Football season is here. Yeah.
Like, it also is a signal to us. Training camp is on the way.
Yeah.
Like, it lets you know that time is ticking down right now. We're getting closer to real football. And if you're a Washington fan, you got to be excited, because we just was on this adrenaline rush. We just was on this long ride that ended in the NFC Championship game. I'm sure, like me, the fans cannot wait to get back in Northwest Stadium.
Oh, man. And for the first time, isn't it nice? You know how it was a few years ago? It was, if everything goes right.
Yeah, we might make it to the play.
And here it's, all right, we know how good this team can be. Now we continue to build upon that. That's just a different vibe in the offseason.
No, it's a vibe now, like, can we get back to 4 quarters away from the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have played for this team since 2001. This is truly the first time when we say Super Bowl, nobody's looking at us crazy.
Absolutely.
Like, when we say Super Bowl, they say it's warranted. When we say, hey, we try to get to the Super Bowl, they say it's possible. When we say we trying to get to the Super Bowl, people from other fan bases say, y'all have a real legit chance. And I think that's unbelievable in itself. That shows you that once you get the quarterback right, Jinx, everything else falls in line.
So we're going to play a little game here. Wild cards. By the way, Anna is working 3 cameras right now.
No, hardest working woman in showbiz.
Crushing it.
Yeah.
So we're going to hear from Anna later on. She's going to read us the voicemails that we normally get, because it's hard to hear them with all the sound in the background.
It's loud with work being done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're going to play wild cards, which is NFC East players who could change the entire season for their respective teams.
All right.
Offense, defense, one on each side. Your call.
All right.
Let's start with the Cowboys.
Let's start with the Cowboys. Everything started with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
All right, my Bulldog brethren. All right, quarterbacks change games. Quarterback change franchises. Quarterback change teams' destiny. I think the pressure is on Dak right now. I think the fan base is growing a little, weary.
They're restless.
They want to succeed. They want to get there. Everything starts with Dak Prescott. So on the offensive side, I'm putting the pressure on Dak. On the defensive side, I'm going to go Trayvon Diggs.
I was going to say Diggs too. Micah Parsons is easy, but they need Diggs in that secondary.
They need Diggs. They did get Revell in the draft. Is his knee going to be ready for the opening of the season? We don't know. But they need Diggs to get back to how he was playing 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, they need him to be that turnover machine, not the guy that gives up a lot of yards. I think if they get good coverage from him, great quarterback, not good quarterback play, great quarterback play from Dak Prescott, they got a chance to be a good team, and they got to be a chance to be a hard team to beat, period.
I will say a kid I'm interested in watching, and his name escapes me. It's that defensive end from Boston College that I know you're really high on. Ezeruke.
Yeah.
I mean, that kicking, all he does is make plays, so he will be interesting to watch.
He can go get it. That's why we reinforce. They went Ezeruke, we went Connolly. So you're seeing that battle of the brains right there.
I'll also say, too, not a player, but how is Brian Schottenheimer going to fare? I mean, we don't know, and certainly this is a high-profile position.
Yeah.
His father was a legend.
No, his father drafted me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
so
that.
Brian was here with his father when I was drafted. So I got a lot of respect for his father. I love his father. Rest in peace. But it's a lot of noise over there at the Cowboys. Can he block that out and just coach?
Yeah.
Do you think that's possible, Jinx?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a job to have as your first head coaching job.
That's the job. I would rather have another starter job
I would too.
Before I go there.
Right.
But I think he's ready for it. He was born in coaching, and I think he will be a good coach. The question is, can he take Dak Prescott to another level? That's the big question.
What about the Eagles?
All right. I would say when it comes to the Eagles, can Jalen Hurts, as good as he plays in the Super Bowls, he doesn't play that well all the time in the regular season.
Right.
Can Jalen Hurts take it to another level? Can Jalen Hurts be efficient throwing the football? Yeah. Can he do that? Because it was some times last year where A.J. Brown was reading magazines on the bench, and he was getting mad because because he was missing throws. All right. So I think it's a lot of pressure there, and also. Can they replace the people they lost in their secondary?
It'd be easy to pick one guy, but that's the one thing about winning Super Bowl. It happened a couple years ago when they made the Super Bowl and didn't win it, where you lost a lot of important pieces. How quickly do you
Chauncey, you got to realize this guy brings playmaking to them, and you lost that guy. Then you lost Sweat. Then you lost Milton. Then you lost, guy after guy after guy. So they got to replace, 7 starters, I want to say.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the big thing. How fast can that young talent mature? But I think I'll go Jalen Hurts on that side, and I'll go the maturity of the guys that finna take that next step.
And as good as Saquon is, defensively, if you're an opposing defense, I want Jalen Hurts to try and beat me with his arm.
And that tells you everything.
Yeah.
They just tell you he has to take the passing to the next level for them to really be what they call back-to-back Super Bowl contenders, which is hard.
It is. It doesn't matter. Look at the Chiefs, even when they get back, got beat down.
It's just hard. It's a hard thing to do because you got to realize your season is elongated. You don't get the rest everybody gets. That's why everybody always talk about the Super Bowl hangover. It's not because they partied the whole time. It's because you played another month and a half of football when the other guys did.
How about the New York Football Giants?
New York Football Giants. All right. Low-hanging fruit is for me to just go up there and say, you know what, Russell Wilson.
Right. If he's even the guy this year. I think they want Jackson Dart to be that guy.
Well, you drafted Jackson Dart to be that guy? The question is, how fast are you willing to put Jackson Dart out there? That's going to be the question. You're going to have to wait till he can protect himself from himself. And that might take next season. They might, but if they start off slow, I think then he get put in the fire regardless of what, because they want to see what they have in him. I would go, I ain't going to put the pressure on Russ. Russ been there, did that. What do you have in Jackson Dart? Who is he? What do you have? Is he your future? On defense, I hate to say this, Thibodeau. Sexy Dexy
That
Rex.
Sexy Dexy, man.
Right.
That guy's a football player.
Brian Barnes.
That defensive front of the Giants, I don't know which guy is the most important. It's probably Sexy Dexy.
Yeah.
But across the board in the front, they're as good as it gets.
That's a game where your offensive line have to earn their money, Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
They got to earn their money. So as good as that front is, can the back end cover long enough for them to get to the quarterback?
And
That's who I'm putting the pressure on.
And finally, your Washington Commanders.
To take it to the next level, we still need growth, believe it or not, from Jaden. I hate to tell y'all this and report the news. That was the ground floor we saw him last year.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's the worst he'll ever be, and he was damn good. So I just think it's one of them things, like, we're going to see his game be refined.
Yeah.
We're going to see him now take that third step as a quarterback. I am an elite thrower. I am an elite runner. Now I know how to escape the pocket, and I'm still looking down the field to throw. Now become a three-way threat to a team. So I would say Jaden, I ain't got him as the guy that need to step up. I would say the guy that we'll probably need to really take the next level.
Laramie Tunsil.
I just think Laramie, I think he's just certified.
He's certified, but they haven't had a dude like that where
Since Trent
now
Williams,
it's like we don't have to chip anyone. Just put Laramie on someone and let him work.
So Laramie is your pick.
Yeah.
I go Debo Samuels.
Yeah.
Can Debo Samuels get back to the Debo Samuels of 2 years ago? I want to see him touch the ball, jet sweeps, screens, punt return, kickoff return. Like, I just want him to touch the ball. He's a great equalizer, if you ask me. What he does, last year a lot of people were saying, why Terry ain't getting the ball? They was double teaming Terry.
Yeah.
And Jaden is so good that he's just not going to force it just to force it to Terry. Well, Debo is the great equalizer. He's going to make sure everything equals out. And now everybody has to play this team honest. So on offense, I'm going Debo Samuels. On defense, I hate to do it to the rookie, but rookie Mike Sarensteele showed out last year as a rookie.
That's my dude. I love Sarensteele's
I love Sarensteele. So now I'm going to put the pressure on the new rookie, Amos. All right? Can you step in and do similar to what Mikey did, get better every week, and down the stretch, can we lean on you when in coverage?
And I love their two different body types.
Two different styles.
Two different styles, but can both be effective, obviously. And Mikey did a great job last year, like getting out of the slot when he had to, just doing what he had to do.
But here go your strength. Now you get to move him back in the slot when there's 3 wide receivers on the field, strengthening your team even more. So that's the thing about it, man. Like, now people get to play some of their real positions that they really feel comfortable in.
One guy we're excited about, too, Johnny Newton.
Yeah.
I've just been told he's going to join the show. Is that right, Anna? Oh, yeah. So he's coming soon. We're going to talk with him. Going to talk with Will Harris as well. But first, let's talk. In fact, let's go to Will Harris. Bring in Will Harris, chat with him.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do that. Here we are on Media Day, bump into Will Harris.
I just found out his daddy is my dog, brother. His dad is a Mississippi State Bulldog. Now I know Will was raised right.
Right. So now we can talk to him.
Yes.
Right.
All right?
It's good to have you here, man. How's the transition been thus far, becoming a commander and coming here and getting acclimated to everything?
Yeah, man, it's been great. It's always great to get back around football, get back on the grass, man, and just do what we love every day. Just coming in the building every day and working with the guys and building that chemistry and, so they could, we can get out there on the grass and communicate together, build that chemistry out there. It's been amazing.
You know what? You have a unique perspective because you didn't play for the team last year, and now that you're here, take me to last year when you playing for the Saints, but you're watching the team from afar. Tell us how the outside world was viewing the Washington football team that made you want to be a part of it.
No doubt. I would say, everything that you see, everything that the world can see on TV, everything how the team carries themselves. Everything, all of that was tangibly visible.
Yeah.
When you playing them, it's like momentum is a real thing in our sport.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And so, it's more than just, to just rah. That's anybody could,
anybody
could have
talk
faith.
loud.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it here is real.
Yeah.
It's real, and you could sense it. It's not something that necessarily someone has to say, but you could sense it in the way that they rally around. When I was, at my previous team last year playing, when we had that game, we was playing.
Yeah.
You could sense it. We rally behind each other. You know what I'm saying?
Got each other back.
Good and bad play. It's like whatever. not falling into the ebbs and flows of the game, but, just staying level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Playing with great communication, guys trusting each other, guys flying around playing for their brothers. So all of that, man, you could feel that. Especially like being on the field, you can feel the team that's buttoned up like that. So
most definitely, I do know
that was impressive for sure.
This organization definitely does not go after players unless they feel like A, they can play, and B, they fit.
They got
into,
a type of guy.
They have a type of guys. So what does it feel like to be a part of this organization? Because they've proven they'll jettison guys that aren't part of it, and they'll bring in guys that they feel like this guy can be a commander.
No doubt. Well, I'm first things first, man. I'm honored and highly blessed, and I don't take that lightly at all. Obviously I have a great relationship with everybody here, everybody in the building. This OTAs, this spring ball has been huge for me, just to be able to be around everybody and get to know everybody on a more personal level. But what I can say is, man, I'm super honored and humbled that that was able to work out. I was able to get into Washington, man, and whatever I can do. And I tell everyone here that the same thing. You know what I mean? Whatever I can do on, off the field, whatever I can do to help this team, and to keep that train rolling. That's what I'm here for. So this organization can expect every single thing out of me.
Yep. I know it was an easier transition for you when you had a guy that used to be in your old locker room in Munshall and Lattimore when you get here. But how's it been connecting with the other guys, the Mikey Sanders Steels and the rest of the guys, the Quan Martins? How's that transition been? And I know it's still an ongoing process. I've been in the offseason. The closer we get to, training camp, the closer we start to get as a team. But how's it been with the rest of those DBs in the locker room so far?
No doubt. I mean, it's been amazing. This is what this time is for. Not only getting out on the field together and learning how each and every one of the guys communicate in their own way, learning how to all speak that same language out there. This is a great time of year to do it. This is what OTAs is for.
Yep.
But also, I mean, just being like getting together off the field, hanging out, catching up, sharing, life stories, learning about each other's families. All of that stuff matters, and it matters here. And it's a priority here. Getting to know your brother, getting to know the guy who you're lining up with. All those things are super important. So this time of year has been pivotal for that. Learning all the DBs.
It's like the vibes around you. I'm like, this guy, like you were saying, like, I'm on some grass, I'm ready to go.
100%. I mean, this is what obviously there's a time into this thing. Me being year 7, I mean, I understand that there's phases in the off season. There's phases until you line up, in September, for that first game. So, but that's the part of being a pro, and that's part of being a professional, is embracing each phase along the line. I mean, obviously we still got to close out and finish up strong, with OTAs in the off season. We'll get rid of that. We'll get through with that phase, and then at some point we'll all go home and do our thing and train and get ready for camp. Then we got to put it in for camp, and then all throughout the season there's going to be phases that you kind of have to strap in and be a pro about. So, man, I'm ready for it as it comes. So, yeah.
I can feel it steaming off you, man.
No doubt.
Thank you for sitting down with us, Will. And you tell Mr. Harris I need to meet him in Starkville for a Mississippi State ball game.
Oh, yeah,
probably Ole Miss Mississippi State. Tell him we can meet for that game right there.
Say less. Well, he'll be at every game, so we're going to get it popping for sure.
All right, I got you,
No
man.
doubt.
Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it.
My man, appreciate you guys.
Most definitely.
Man, we're going defense today.
Because defense win championship, offense sell tickets, Jinx. You know that's how I feel, man. We don't get the love. You go to a game, you see 50 million Terry jerseys, you see JD5 out there, but then you just see a couple of defensive jerseys sprinkled all over the place. We gonna get our just.
It's like being in church. I hear Johnny going, That's right.
Because he's
preaching right now.
Exactly. I mean, how are you feeling? I mean, health-wise, number one, and number two, that now you've gotten that rookie season over with, which we'll talk about, but it feels like now you're relaxed and you're just ready to go.
I feel like I'm just one of the guys now. As a rookie, you're nervous about everything, trying to make everything perfect, but I feel great, man. This offseason doesn't owe me anything. I'm perfectly healthy. I feel great. It's the best I felt in a long time, so
awesome.
I'm ready for it all.
Well, that's good because, coming from college, I tell people all the time, your senior year or whatever year you come out of college to the pros is the longest year of football you ever have.
That's
all right, because not only do you finish your college season, you go straight work for the combine, from the combine, interviews, get drafted, get on your team, continue playing football. How did it feel to have that first offseason to just take a deep breath and say, all right, All right, I'm in the house.
That thing might have been too good.
That's what I'm saying, though. Especially because you had to deal with injuries. Like, and you weren't like I'm just going to be hurt. You were like, all right, I'm going to keep on playing through these injuries. Right. So I know this had to just be a big sign of relief for you to relax and say, you know what, let me take a couple weeks to myself.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. The July break that we had last year, I was here the whole break. So this year, man, it felt great. Got time to spend with my family. Yeah. My daughter and my friends back home. It was a great feeling, man, and I can't wait for another break. But, man, I'm ready for it all, though. I'm ready for it all this season. Like I said, man, I got the rookie jitters out of me, so I'm ready.
And you know, with the departure of John Allen and stuff like that, the team gonna ask more from you. Mm-hmm. But what I feel from you, you want more, right? You want more, so you're ready for a bigger role for the team right now.
That's a fact, man. I can't complain about having a lot of food on my table when I wanted to eat.
Yeah. You asked to eat. I serve you. You gotta eat.
So what did you learn, like, or what surprised you? You know, going from college to the pros last year, where you thought, oh, I didn't expect this, or I got to take this more seriously.
Was it the speed? Was it the size? Was it?
Yeah. The speed. Everybody always talk about. You know, once you get to the NFL, the speed gonna be different.
Yeah.
I played in the Big Ten, so all them O-line was big in the Big Ten. But
you're right.
Just the intensity, the speed of the offensive lineman here, and just the professionalism. In college, you know, running around, playing around with your friends.
And if you dominant, you just better than everybody.
Yeah. If you dominant, you better than everybody. Here,
you
better get in where you fit in.
Because it's just everybody part of that 1%. You know what I'm saying? And then what make it good in the locker room, I always tell people, we all good in different ways. Right? We might play the same position, but I might be better than him at this, but he better than me at that. And I used to learn from my guys. Like, the one thing I did a good job of, I used to take a piece of every one of my teammates and incorporate it. I don't care if it's the mental part. I don't care if it's studying. What it was, I used to kind of cherry pick out them guys. Have you kind of started to do that yet?
Yeah, I was doing that last year, man. We had a lot of vets. We still got a lot of vets, and I'm still doing it, you know. This year, too, for me, but I'm still a rookie in the locker room, so so I'm still cherry picking. You know, Payne, Kinlaw, Sheldon Day, man, those guys, great.
But you got to learn from Payne through watching him because he don't talk much.
Oh yeah, once you get to know Payne, he'll talk. Me and Payne, we close. That's my dog, so he'll talk to me, help me out through my mistakes, and that's like my big brother now. Honestly, I used to say John, my big brother, Payne, my big brother too, and just seeing the greatness that he had, I want to follow in those footsteps and do better.
Nice.
When you talk about those guys, it's interesting because everybody throws around the word culture and being close, but everyone we talk to here and just listen to you now, like, it's a real thing in this locker room.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I can't speak for every other locker room, but in this locker room, we happy for each other's success. Like, we want each other to do better. There's no, man, he playing ahead of me. Like, I got beef with him, man. We like, man, go do your thing.
Yeah.
Because if we all doing our thing, then we going to make it to that next level, and that's what we want.
Man, that's a championship mindset. Now, that's totally different because I have been in locker rooms bickering and, you know, this guy wants that. That's all from Coach Quinn, right? That's all. That leadership started from the top. Talk about how he's affected the way you view football.
DQ is the standard, like, for everything. We run through DQ. The energy that DQ bring every day, you see it through us. Like, everything that y'all see on the field, off the field, our energy right now, I feel like that's from DQ, and he made us comfortable enough to do that, and he trusts and believes in us. So, man, all praise to DQ.
How motivated are you guys now after being so close last year and all that you accomplished?
4 quarters away from greatness. It got to sting a little bit, but it also got to be promising for the future, right?
Yeah, man, a lot of those guys, even the first playoff game, like, man, we've been in the league for a long time, and you don't know how hard it is to be here. Yeah. But it was my first year, so I'm still soaking it all in, you know, taking it week by week. But now that I look back at it, I'm like, man, that was great, but it wasn't great enough until we get there. So, yeah, it was a bittersweet moment. Like I said, we was happy we got there, but wasn't satisfied with the result. So, back to work.
Listen, this is where y'all have set the bar. All right, the bar is set, and y'all set that bar through y'all play. And I know how we always talk in the locker room. For the guys that still here that took their ride, and first of all, I want to thank y'all for taking us on that hell of a ride last year. Like, listen, the fan base is still on fire about it. Do you feel a little pressure now that you got one game from the Super Bowl? Do you feel like, hey, you know what, maybe I need to take my game to a next level to get us over that little hump?
Yeah, all the pressure in the world, but God gave his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers, and we the hunters now. We not the
We're not sneaking up on nobody.
Yeah, that's not like, oh, we got the Commanders this week. They're like, we got to play the Commanders this week. Like, buckle up. So that's a blessing though to be in that position, and we don't take any moment for granted. We still working like we the underdogs every week, and that's the mindset.
Yep, that got to be the mindset.
It's funny too. We always talk about it on this show how the latest rookie class is always the one people focus on, but we're like,
no,
have we forgot about the guys from 2 years ago?
Year?
Right. So like, I would imagine you guys are really looking forward to taking that next step because you've gotten that rookie season out of the way. The focus is elsewhere. Now you can just develop and become the player you want to be.
That's a fact. Our rookie class really going to be the standard for the next generation of this team. With DQ, AP, first draft class. So, like, the standard got to be set through us for this rookie class and the next rookie class. And for those guys, we got to be those OGs who go hold them accountable of everything and show them the way. So it's a great feeling.
It's a crazy situation. It's like the big brother. The mom and dad know if I raise big brother right, I don't have to worry about the other kids.
Facts.
Like they're gonna fall in line because he in line. So it works, man. Jay, thank you for stopping by. Get Loud, man. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to see you play this year, bro.
I appreciate y'all. Let's get it.
Thank you, man. Great talking to those guys. We got a special guest. London is here. Going to drop by and talk to us. But first, let's pay some bills. Let's pay some bills.
MWAA. We don't travel to escape life. We travel so life doesn't escape us. We dream of a place anywhere in the world, and in the blink of an eye, we're there. That's the wonder of flight. All you have to do is decide where to. Dulles International Airport. Let your imagination soar. Book your adventure today at flydulles.com/nonstop. Beautiful. Mississippi State education.
I was impressed. I was impressed. I
saw London eyeballing you the whole time.
Because he was waiting on me to
mess up.
He was waiting
on you to mess up.
I absolutely was, man. I'm not going to let anything pass.
That's good, Mr. Yellow Jacket. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, man, Media Day, I know it wasn't really a big thing for us, but did you even have any feelings on Media Day? Or you were just like Santana, let's just get it over with and keep on going?
I was like Tanner, just get it over with. It's one of the things you have to do.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing. I see all a bunch of items that the players have to sign. Some of the key players had to sign. Now, that was my least favorite thing. Man, it might be several hundred items. Yeah, several hundred items that you have to sign for different, people, groups, sponsors, jobs, whatever the case may be. So that was my least favorite of it, but it was something that you had to do.
I always thought it was an honor to do it because, okay, I done made it another year. It was like the thing that said, all right, it's another year for you. Keep going. And it was kind of signaling to me training camp coming.
Getting closer. Getting closer. Absolutely.
Even after all this time, do you still get kind of an itch this time of year being around this, or you're like, nah?
Nah, man. I'm well past that. I will say this, and Smooth and I, and Tanner and all us and Logan, we've all talked about this. The grass smells different this time of year. June, July, it smells like football. It's weird, but unless you're in it, like, man, it's getting close to that time of the season. Like,
interesting.
It's a switch that goes off, especially as a player. Like, I need to really ramp up my training, getting ready for training camp.
And that's why I tell people, there's a couple of jobs football players can do after football. One, we can do lawn maintenance.
Absolutely.
We know what grass means. Like, we can be a weatherman because we can sense, smell, rain, a storm, all of this. And we can also be a doctor because we know every bone in the body, every muscle in the body. We know how long the rehab is. We know how long it's going to take to do it. So it's a couple of jobs that sports hand you.
Can I ask you a question? And you can answer this too. Yeah. When you talk about that switch, and London, you in particular is interesting because, throughout your career you were known for being out in the community, doing a lot of work. I know you both did. Yep. So how do you go from being this person who is always trying to help people out, a very good person, but then once the lights come on, people will tell you, this guy is a football player. Like, that's a switch, just like you were talking about, that goes off.
It's just once you step between those white lines, man. I talk about this all the time. I don't believe in peace treaties. So when I'm in training camp, mini camps, OTAs, whatever the case may be, especially training camp, and you're going against your teammates, but it's an opponent during that competition phase, and hey, let's take it easy today. No, I'm not getting better by that. You're not going to get better. So I don't believe in peace treaties. Now, once we're outside those white lines, I know how to dial it back. I can't be at home, tackling my kids, slapping people in the grocery stores and all that type of stuff. You got to know. You got to know when to
Can't
turn
lay
it
out
on
your
and
kid
when,
across the
and
living room.
When to kind of act like a civilian.
All right, we're going to play a game with you, London. On the money or air ball. We're going to say some phrases. Me and you have some intimate knowledge of these phrases.
Okay.
All right, you're going to tell me, do you think it, or you can tell me what was different about these guys, or do you believe this statement is true or what? All right, first statement is this. Peyton Manning was better than Tom Brady for most of their career.
Whoo, man, you come out the gate.
We both played with.
Here's what I say, and I get asked this question a lot, like who's the better quarterback between those two? I tell people Peyton was the most difficult quarterback to prepare for.
Because he was checking everything at the line.
Yeah, so that week of practice, preparation leading up, everybody had to be on the same page, especially the back end. Yeah. Making sure our disguises look the same. We're not giving him the answers to the test beforehand. But Tom, there's not a greater competitor.
Yeah.
He's a cold-blooded killer.
Yes.
Like nobody rose to the moment like
nobody
Tom
rose
Brady
to the
did.
moment. And I'll say this. Early in Peyton's career, obviously he was asked to do more than Tom.
Yes, he was.
For the majority of his career.
But I also think he had better players around him.
He had better players than Tom. But there was that point where they were here, and then Tom, the last 4 or 5 years of Tom's career, he cemented his legacy as, in my opinion,
the greatest to ever
do it.
Yeah.
And that's hard because, I love them both.
Yeah.
But, so I hope, is that on the money or
you still didn't pick now, politician? Who you picking?
Based on the question you said, Peyton for most of his career
was better.
Was kind of asked to do more.
Yeah. All right.
And
I would say having Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, Edgerrin James, because Peyton had the better group around him, I have to say he was better for most of, only because of that group too.
And also, New England and Belichick in particular, they were going to do whatever they needed to do to win that game. So they go into Kansas City, several years ago, and they run the ball 40 times, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Like, Tom, you can throw it around the yard, but we need to keep Kansas City offense, Andy Mahomes on the side, Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. Yeah. So we're going to run the ball. Yeah. So they understood whatever it took to win the ball game.
Yeah. I agree with him. And I just say only because of the weapons, but both players was there. You can't lose with either one.
You can't lose either one. All right, here's the next question. Yeah. If Jaden Daniels develops this offseason, Washington will be the most exciting team in the NFC East this season.
Yes. And I'm going to say this because I know what's finna happen. Them bleacher creatures from Philadelphia finna jump all in my DMs and tell me what it ain't. We know this. For the last, 25 years, we haven't had a back-to-back winner in the NFC East.
At least 20 years.
At least 20 years.
2000, I think.
You add that with a slightly Super Bowl hangover. You add that with losing 6 to 7 veterans on your defense. Maybe, especially if Jaden takes it to the next level, because he wasn't the problem in the NFC Championship as already.
Right, and I say on the money, and you talk about, it's not even just about Jaden developing. You look at the pieces they've added around him.
Larry Tunsil.
The offensive line is going to be much improved.
Yep.
The weapons, you trade for Deebo Samuel, you drafted a Jalen Lane, you got a Noah Brown who's going to be in the offseason
program
in the program. Terry and Jaden, they developed more of a chemistry.
Yep.
So, we will be the most exciting offense to watch. Absolutely.
I second that motion. Follow that truck.
All right, here's one. T.O. was a better receiver than Randy Moss.
All right, here go the delicacies of this. I'm going to be honest. I had to check both of these guys. All right, Randy was nightmarish. All right, nightmarish. You see Randy like, safety, I need you back there just a little bit back. All right, I can give you this. For a big receiver, T.O. actually ran routes, and his yak after the catch was very much of a 5'10 guy. All right, he was better than Randy after the catch. He was also a nuanced route runner, so he could run everything in a route tree where Randy just really wanted to run the go route. All right, so I say Randy was the most lethal weapon. T.O. had some things about him that made him great. Both yellow jacket guys. One is just a sports car, and the other one was kind of an SUV.
That's a political answer too.
That is a political answer.
No, it ain't. Because I want to give T.O. his props, which I feel like most people don't give
T.O.
his
was
props.
great. I think that because of his antics, if you look at the numbers, you're like, damn, you forget because he was always in the media for other reasons. But Randy was also a freak of nature too. I mean, they were both incredible.
Well, I think if you ask a quarterback, especially a quarterback that want every route ran, he might choose T.O.
Man, I say this. Randy Moss, they created defenses for him, and they still weren't able to stop him.
They still couldn't stop him.
Cover 2, deep, deep covers,
cover 4.
double coverage, and all that, quarters, and cover 6, and all that, and he still found a way to make catches. They got a thing called the Moss.
Yes, you got Moss.
So I'm gonna go with Randy only because of the fear
factor
that he put into a defense.
That's a big part of it.
Going into the game. Now T.O. was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Smoot touched on it. He was going to do it. He was going to come across the middle. He was going to run drag routes. He was going to do
comebacks,
all that stuff.
All of it.
But when you had a weapon like Randy, it's like, just man.
Just go. So Randy is the most lethal. But T.O., right there.
Randy was that dude where it's just which is you got Moss to throw it up. You can have perfect coverage. Yeah. It just doesn't matter.
Sometimes it's different when you just got a unicorn.
Right.
Like, sometimes when I walk on the field, I used to see Julius Pepper. I'd be like, somebody let a unicorn loose. They must got it loose out of somebody's backyard. Because sometimes you see that 1% of the 1%.
Yes.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Okay, finally, the NFC East will not be the most entertaining division to watch this season.
What's it when it's off? And I know. So on the money. What's the other one?
Airball.
Philadelphia, defending Super Bowl champs.
Yep.
Washington Commanders. We played them.
America's team.
Played them in the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Dallas gonna be good. They're gonna be a good football team.
Yeah.
The Giants, they're tough. They're not terrible.
They could have the best defensive line in football.
So, I think when you look at divisions, the NFC East, it will be the most entertaining, most competitive, and the best division to watch.
Best cities, biggest cities, oldest history. The only division I think right now, well, it's 2 divisions right now.
AFC West has to be one.
I would say the AFC West, because the one thing I do love about this, nobody ever talks about the back and forth between Pete Carroll and Harbaugh. Have y'all noticed, every time Harbaugh do something great, Pete Carroll come hate on him? Like, listen, Harbaugh back at L.A., and here come Pete Carroll right again. So I think that division, but also do not forget about the NFC North.
Oh, yeah.
Do not forget about the North. The North, I think, with Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, like that's Detroit. All right?
Yeah.
I just think that's going to be an entertaining group, but they lost a quarterback out of their division. And Detroit, I hate to say this, you don't get better when you lose 2 coordinators. You don't get better by subtraction.
Right.
So I think it's going to take them a little bit time to get going.
And Ragnar retiring. That's
the center retiring.
Yeah,
that's a big loss, especially when you got a non-mobile quarterback.
Yes.
That's a fair point. Big Fletch, man, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for stopping by.
Always great to come on this show.
I thought you were finna say Big Bag.
See, I wasn't going to even crack any joke for you today. Smoot, as we were walking over to the set, Smoot almost called the fire with them legs rubbing together, knees rubbing together. We got the fire marshal on deck.
Hey, this is what we do, people. Don't take no offense to it. We rag on each other.
I'm going to read some ads, and then we have a special introduction. You're not going to believe who's here.
Yeah.
You will believe it, actually.
Yeah,
you can see it right there.
Yeah.
Guys, this summer, SeatGeek has your ticket to the best live concerts in the DMV at Northwest Stadium. SeatGeek makes it easy to catch world-conquering tours and high-wattage performances from your favorite artists all summer long. SeatGeek has the best seat, your seat for an unforgettable summer. From rock royalty to rap superstars, R&B to country. Find out all on SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of Northwest Stadium. Summer concert season officially starts with SeatGeek. Speaking of unforgettable, how about the producer of the pod? Anna is here.
I'm so honored to be on this side of the camera.
Anna, did you go to the Post Malone concert that was at Northwest Stadium?
I'm
ashamed. Maddie go?
I'm ashamed. Maddie went.
Maddie
went.
Maddie went?
She had a great. I mean, I heard amazing things like the fireworks and the flashing lights.
And
like
Jelly
it was
Roll.
Quite a production. Yeah. No, I heard it was an incredible experience. I was bummed I couldn't go, but I was working a little bit later.
Most definitely.
Always working. So,
yes, we got some. You go.
I was just going to say, since it's loud in here,
yeah.
we can't have you just play the phone. We got to have you here in person to read these voicemails.
Yeah,
I know. Oh, yes.
What we got this week?
All right. First thing we're going to start off with is an email we got. Mm-hmm. If you were to pick an away game that's not Madrid, which one would you go to?
Away game that's not Madrid. Do we play the Chargers home or away? That's the question.
Away.
I would go to SoFi Stadium and watch the LA Chargers versus the Washington Commanders. That would be
bi-coastal moment.
Yes.
I think I would too. Although I was thinking, when I heard this, I was thinking like another foreign city.
Ooh.
I wasn't thinking United States. I was in the wrong headspace. I was like, what other European city
are we going to this
year?
Yeah.
No, Santorini.
I also give my other team some love. I would go to the Minnesota game if it's in Minnesota. Also.
Ooh, that's a good
I mean,
one.
you'd love that. That'd be
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
I would love it.
All right. One of the first voicemails we got was top off-season acquisitions or draft picks.
I would go Larry Tunsil. Let's start there first.
Yeah.
We haven't had a guy like this since Trent Williams. He's dominant, especially in pass blocking. Don't forget, the Giants have one of the best defensive lines assembled. The rush that you got to go against Philadelphia. You know who Michael Parsons is. Now they got as a rookie. So it's one of those things where reinforcements. So I would say best free agent, I would go Larry Tunsil. Best draft pick, I'm going to go Connolly. I'm about reinforcing.
Oh, yeah?
I'm about reinforcing that line and protecting your asset. Right now, the asset is Jedi 5. He must be protected. The force multiplier must be protected.
I agree with you about Laremy Tunsil. Like, I think that's the key to everything, to unlocking that offense. But I would go Amos, I think, is my favorite draft pick. I just love his length, and I love the way that he played in the SEC coming from such a top-notch conference. And even AP admitted, man, we had some offers, but when we saw this guy here, we knew this was our dude.
Yep. Win-win situation, Jinx. Win-win situation.
All right. This fan knows you're a big superhero fan. Both of you like the superheroes. Yep. What commanders would be in your Fantastic Four lineup?
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh. All right. It's Mr. Fantastic will be Jaden Daniels. All right. He's the brain. All right. It's just something about how he gets things done, all right, in his own way. Johnny would be, who's the firecracker on this team?
The firecracker?
Who's the firecracker? Like, who's the guy that just gets steam popping? I think that'll be Debo, wouldn't it?
I mean, probably so.
I can see Debo walking out to the crowd in the game with the big Commander boom box. Oh, yeah. I go Debo.
Okay.
It's Johnny. Now, it's Ben Grimm. All right, this means a big enforcer, right?
Okay.
Just a big enforcer. Kinlaw. Kinlaw
I like that.
It's Ben Grimm, and then it's the Invisible Woman. Like, who comes up missing on people? Probably Terry.
Sneaky
comes up missing on you. Plus, he a protector and he love people. Right? She is the heart of the Fantastic Four.
See, I could give you my favorite four, but I can't name every character like you did. I'm like, pass again. I mean, I know the Fantastic Four, but I don't know the name of each character.
Maybe we just do a Rushmore.
Yeah.
For me, JD5. Yeah. I'd go Scary Terry. I love Mikey Sanders still. I loved his game at Michigan. I think he's going to take the next step this season, and I got to go with my dude,
so
Frankie
he the Human
Louvu.
Torch.
Yeah. To me, I mean, I know Bobby Wagner's right there, but when Louvu came in, I think we all knew, it's just a matter of time. Yeah. This guy is a missile every time sometimes you just love watching someone play. I love watching Frankie Louvu
I thought you'd pick the rookie Lane since he's so fast, 4.3 speed as the Human Torch.
Oh, that's a good one too, yeah.
It could have happened.
Okay, last one. And I feel like we've talked about this a little bit, so feel free to keep it brief if you think we've gone over this.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a commander, and who do you think best fits the label on offense and on defense?
You want to take this first, or you want me to go?
I'll say on defense, since I just mentioned Bobby Wagner, I feel like he embodies everything it means to be a commander, because he always does things the right way. He sets an example with how he plays every play. And you know that no one can set the tone culture-wise than a guy like that, because all you have to do is walk in and say, that's Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. I got to say, on the defensive side of the ball, I would go Frankie Louvu. My homeboy, I got my best friend from Mississippi. He sent me this meme of Frankie Louvu jumping over the stadium. Because he kept jumping over the pile.
Over the Eagles.
It's just something about his intensity, the way guys gather around him before the game, the dance, like every part of it. You know he gonna leave it out on the field every time he goes out there. So Frankie Louvu on defense, and Biotish. on offense.
Okay.
Like, be honest to me, he changed what the offensive line could be, would be, and have been. All right? So I'm going Tyler Biadasz because the offensive line never gets any love.
What do you think, Anna?
Oh,
Terry, you think Terry on offense?
obviously Jaden.
All right,
Yeah.
yes.
I think that's a fan favorite. I think on the offense, I like the O-line. I think Zach Ertz.
All right.
I think seeing him as a tight end, but I feel like I shouldn't be chiming in too much.
No, I asked the
Stop
question.
it.
Yeah, but I think as a commander, a veteran, that presence on the team, I think he's been a great commander. Okay, this one's a fun one. Best all-time athlete nickname. That's what we'll end the show on.
All-time athlete nickname.
Well, it's hard to go past Iron Mike Tyson.
Iron is good. The logo.
Jerry West.
That's a good one.
Oh, the logo. It's hard to beat the logo.
The fridge.
The question is, are wrestlers considered athletes?
Oh, yeah.
The Undertaker. Like, think about this. Who's the only wrestler never to say one word? The Undertaker.
Oh, that's true.
He has never spoken. Every time we think he get beat up, he just slowly rises back up. The Undertaker.
He's a Texas fan, right? He's a Texas fan. He's an all the practice. I'm just throwing it out there.
I know. I understand, but you got to go Michael Air Jordan.
Air is right. Up there.
I'm sorry, Michael Air Jordan. I'm sorry, man. Like, if you name Air, I'm sorry.
To this day,
he got the most popular shoes in the world. Michael Air Jordan. I wish I can give a football player this. I can't give it to him. It's Michael Air Jordan.
Also, you know what a sneaky good one is? Is Easy Money Sniper, like KD's nickname. I know that's a longer, but I love just all that implies.
I thought he was mostly known as the Slim Reaper.
Slim Reaper too. That's even better.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say so. It's names out there, and it's hard. It's one of them things where there's no such thing as the best name, because sometimes the worst athlete could have the best football name.
I'm gonna throw it back for one nickname. Yeah. You remember Christian Okoye?
Yes.
The Nigerian Nightmare.
Yes,
that's an all-timer.
Well, what about Jerome the Bus Bettis?
The Bus is good.
Oh, these are all really good ones.
No, I'm just saying. So it's just so many names when it comes to nicknames.
Magic Johnson. Think about it. He's known as Magic so much.
People
don't even realize he has a first name.
They don't even know his first name anymore. Just you have made it in the world when people notice you by one name.
Yeah.
Cher. You have made it. All right?
Prince.
Magic. Prince.
Tiger.
LeBron. Like, when you make it to that status, one name status, so y'all can just call me Fred.
Well, I think we got to wrap up on that. Isn't that right, Anna?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's our great producer, Anna Newkirk. That's Fred Smoot. I'm Michael Jenkins. Thanks for being with us here on the Get Loud podcast. This was a good one.
We got loud.
The views and opinions expressed by our podcast guests and or hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Washington Commanders or any of their representatives.